Pokemon I got. But at least I got, you know, Jolteon and Ninetales, so, you know, it could be a lot worse. I've gotten worse Pokemon before. Okay, so it looks like 3 grass and 3 fire Pokemon. So both Aerodactyl with its flying type and Poliwrath with its bubble beam should perform pretty well. I'm guessing I should have Ninetales as well, you know, because of all the grass types.
The cries of Pokemon echo all over Pokemon Stadium. Will these cries turn into roars of victory? Round 5 begins now.
So yeah, I'm starting off with Ninetales here. It does well against grass types, and it's not exactly weak to fire types. It'd probably be a stalemate. So it seems like a good start.
There's the shot.
Look at that, I got him. Alright, so Venusaur is a pretty bulky Pokemon, so it looks like it survived 1 Fire Blast. But another... maybe I shouldn't even use Fire Blast, because it has a chance of missing. Maybe I should use Double Edge or Feint Attack.
Okay.
So, it does give me a tiny bit of recoil damage, but I'd rather do that than risk Fire Blast missing.
The next Pokemon needs to be prepared. Oh, it's Meganium.
So, because my opponent set out a second grass type, I'm guessing that means my opponent only has grass types. Otherwise, why not use a fire now? Unless it's just the computer being stupid. Uh-oh, Ancient Power. Wasn't expecting that. So luckily for me, my opponent was burned, and when you're burned, your attack is cut in half. So, in a sense, it's as if it wasn't super effective. It's as if it just did normal damage. Because that burn cancels out the super effectiveness. If that's a word. Alright, so, like I thought, my opponent has 3 grass types. So, 1 more Fire Blast should take it out. Maybe it'll take 2, since all the Pokemon so far have survived. Yeah, there we go. I took it out in 1 Fire Blast. Alright, so that was pretty easy. Alright, I got another continue. Okay, let's see. She has 2 Pokemon that are weak to fire moves, but then she also has Starmie. So Ninetales isn't a completely safe bet. I guess Jolteon would do pretty well, because 1 Pokemon is weak to Jolteon and only Victory Bell resists it. So yeah, I guess Jolteon is my best bet here. Oh, she started with the Victory Bell. So that isn't good for me. So let's see. I don't have that many good attacks that I could use against it. I could use Thunderbolt, but it resists Thunderbolt. So I guess I'm going to use Reflect here to start off with and then see what happens. Alright, so Sludge Bomb is a physical attack, so that should only do half as much as it normally would. Yeah, I guess now I'd just be better off switching now that I have that Reflect up.
Here comes the Pokemon Switch. Oh, it's Ninetales. It's building up power for its
Oh, that's excellent for me, because that means my opponent cannot switch out. And on top of that, Solar Beam isn't going to do much damage to Ninetales anyway. Alright, things are going well so far. And keep in mind I have that reflect up. Uh-oh, Starmie. Okay, let's see. I'm a little worried about switching out to Jolteon, because I believe Jolteon is faster, but I'm not completely sure. And if Starmie got in 2 Surfs, it would knock Jolteon out. And even 1 critical hit Surf would be enough. So I'd rather switch into something that resists its attack, like Poliwrath. I'm really hoping it doesn't have Thunderbolt.
How will this Pokemon switch affect the flow of battle?
Alright, so it'd probably be best if I started off with Swagger, since Starmie resists both of my other attacks.
Look at that Swagger. Oh, its confusion made it tougher. Reflect appears
Now,
to have
in later generations, like Generation 4, Waterfall is a physical attack, so it would do more damage after a Swagger. But in Generation 2, it's a special attack, so I don't have to worry about that.
It sacrificed speed to raise its power.
Okay, since Poliwrath seems to resist its main attack, which is Waterfall,
Use no more.
it knows Psywave? Why didn't it use Psywave before? I wouldn't have used Cursed if I had known it had Psywave.
It's still not going to attack.
Alright, so I guess I should,
Flying from both
let's see. I'm not sure if I should switch. Even though I have the curses, you know, I'm still gonna die, and Submission isn't gonna do all that much, but you know, I guess it might be better just to use a Swagger. At least I should do that before switching. Oh jeez. At least Psywave isn't super effective like Psychic would be. I think Psywave, it's kind of like Seismic Toss and Nightshade. It does a fixed damage depending on your level. And I think it does anywhere from half your level to 50% more than your level. Alright, so it seems like a waste of those curses, but I probably couldn't make good use of them anyway. So I'm just switching out to Jolteon.
Pokemon is rejoining the battle.
I'm hoping it attacked itself in confusion. Oh, too bad. Well, that probably won't do that much. Alright, so now I'm just hoping Jolteon is faster here and can land a Thunderbolt. Oh no, it switched out. Well, Victory Bell was the only Pokemon on our team that resists Thunderbolt. Umbreon has really high defenses, so it's probably not going to do that much. It's too bad Poliwrath has such low hit points. Now I kind of want to save my Jolteon for the Starmie, so I guess I'd be better off just switching out now. Otherwise Umbreon can use Feint Attack or whittle down my HP somehow.
What now? That did little damage. How will this Pokemon switch affect the flow of
Alright, so I guess since Umbreon has such high defenses, my best bet is to whittle down its HP with Toxic rather than just use Fire Blast, and unfortunately I missed there.
The hit glanced right off. It's a fierce battle.
Alright, so rather than risk another miss, I'm just going to go with Fire Blast. Well, actually Fire Blast can miss too. I think they have pretty much the same accuracy. But I just want to get started on taking him out. Alright, 2 more Fire Blasts should be able to knock Umbreon out. And even if I only get 1 Fire Blast, I should be able to use Thunderbolt with Jolteon to knock him out. Okay, I guess since its hit points are so low, I'd be better off using Double Edge than risk missing with the Fire Blast. Alright, so all my opponent has left now is that Starmie. Now if I were to switch out to Jolteon, there's a chance my opponent would use Waterfall and knock Jolteon out, so I can't take that risk. So it looks like I'm not going to get a continue on this battle.
Sparks are flying from both competitors. Waterfall attack.
Alright, so my opponent knocked out Ninetales like I was expecting, but that allows me to switch into Jolteon and knock out my opponent with Thunderbolt.
A new Pokemon. This Pokemon is back for another go. The number of remaining Pokemon is 2 to 1. Wow, Thunderbolt!
You know, it's times like these when I'm really glad I have Thunderbolt and not Thunder. Because it really sucks to be this close to winning and then lose the battle just because I miss. Alright, so it was a close match, but I did get the win. Alright, so I only have 2 opponents left.